How's it been now being in the defensive backs group?
It's been good. Just trying to continue to learn and just understand my alignment, my assignment, and just playing my role.
You obviously had some good guys to learn from last year, Jack and Chase. What did you learn from those guys?
It's just being tough, being physical at the line, just being able to do my job and just not try to do too much to like get myself out of it. Like that was my plan when I first came in here. When they decided to stay, was just to be here and learn from the older guys, and then take all the knowledge they gave me and then apply it to the game for myself.
DJ, as a returner, on a scale of 1 to 10, how frustrating was last season for you?
It was frustrating because every time it was almost there. So I was just like, this year I just wanted to forget almost, just make the touchdown every time. So like Coach Slow tell me all the time, Coach Storm, all them tell me, approach every catch I do in practice is like a game. So then like catch the ball, do a few drive steps, read what happens at first down the field, just approach it like how the game would be.
So you feel like it was a learning curve, growth process for you last year?
Yeah, I liked it though. I liked being able to learn from all of them. Dre, Evan, Chase, Jack, just being able to talk to them even after after games, after practice, just see what they do, what they see when they go up at the line, what do they think of. Just be able to be comfortable but not too comfortable, just be able to play your game.
How do you balance the confidence of knowing that you can have a chance to bust a big return at any given time versus perhaps, being discretion is a better part of valor of just, making perhaps a more conservative decision on return?
Just trying to do what I can do. Like basically just like I said, just take every play as a game aspect so that way when the game time come I'll be ready and not be like thinking or guessing or anything. Just be able to, when I get that touchdown, when I just be able to do it.
Are there guidelines that you've been given? Because obviously the Arizona touchdown in 2020 you took from 8 or 9 yards back or whatever, but then others maybe shouldn't have been returned. And so how do you find that balance?
Just playing everything smart. Being smart, make sure I'm making the right decision at all the times. My coach Lowe tell me do the ordinary things extraordinary well. So it's doing the little details right every time. It's just to perfect my game. Like I said, like the ball going to touchdown, make sure I make the right decision. Make sure I'm doing everything right. Make sure I'm catching the ball up high. Make sure I'm also taking the right drive steps. Make sure I'm driving forward when I catch the ball. Like I said, just the little things.
Getting a good visual on what's in front of you.
Yeah, so it don't come different when it actually happens, so I know what to do.
How did the GPS times stack up to previous seasons?
What you said?
How did the GPS times stack up to previous seasons?
I don't know, trying to do better. Like, just trying to keep balling, keep doing what I can do, keep helping the team, all aspects.
You want to do punts too?
Yeah, I'm not scared to do it. I like for my mindset when I go to do it is be comfortable, but don't panic. So like I just, whatever happens, but also like still know like this is a game time thing. Like first thing to do, catch the ball. Make sure I'm making the right decision. Do I have to fair catch? Do I not? Where everybody at on the field? When I catch the ball, what do I do with it after? So just knowing what I have to do, knowing my assignment, my job.
We've asked some others about who the fastest guys on the team are. This year, like Charles Hall came in, he said he thinks he's up there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm for sure up there. I'm top 5 for sure. I done seen a few, Isaiah Johnson, Charles Hall. I don't really know who else really, but I mean Mason Williams. So like, we got a whole fast team. We all speed-wise. We all got everything with us. So.
Has Charles surprised you a little bit?
Yeah. It was when I first they was telling me he's fast, and I I'd never seen it, and then when I finally seen it, I was like, oh yeah, he actually fast, yeah, like he proved it, yeah. So.
Any other newcomers standing out to you, or things you've seen from them?
I'm trying to think. Nah, I mean, like everybody's all working. We all working, trying to do what we can do on the team, prove what we show, like what we can do. We all came here for a reason and all decided to come as this whole team, be great together, try to win the Rose Bowl together, try to win the national championship together. We all just want to be great.
Does it feel good?
Kind of taking things personally, and people kind of dogging on you guys. You guys seem like you're taking it personally.
Yeah, but we also know even that's just the outside stuff. Like we come every day to work, come every day to practice. We wake up, we make that choice, the decision to wake up early in the morning, come here to work, come to every meeting. So we all want it together. We all came over the summer we all came closer and closer. That's what I like. Like we also got to know really know each other. So like we just like a team bond. So it's just everybody has the same mindset. It's like our back against the wall. Everybody think this is that, but we know the real. Like we know what we can do. We know everything we can do.
In the defensive backs room, how prevalent is sort of versatility, pushing guys to play in different spots been, as far as what you've heard?
It's been good. I mean, it's better if you can play at all types of spots. So like I've been corner when I first came in, running back when I came in. I mean when I switched, came back, played safety, got down safety, then started playing nickel now. So that's just the versatility aspect of it, because that's what more like everybody really wants, more versatility. So you can play corner, because anybody can go down any minute, and you don't know what can happen. So they might move me. Now I got to know my job and assignment at corner, or you know what I mean, like nickel or safety, just whatever, being available, really.
Has Coach Fletcher made that an emphasis across the group?
Yeah, for sure. He has. Yeah, I like him a lot.
What does he like as a coach?
He be honest. He just always wants us to make sure we always in a winning position. Like he always tell us body posture, leverage, and plan of action. Just knowing like what we're doing before the ball snap. All right, then just knowing where we line up. Then, like I said, the plan of action. Then just being on top shoulder, being in a winning position at all times. Because it all stacks up. It's practice, so it just all stacks up. And when it comes to the game, it's nothing new. You just keep doing it over and over again, and the play's gonna come. Just keep doing your job. That's all he really likes us to do.
How much does it help that Downey was a DB's coach last year, and obviously Herm did it at the highest level?
I mean, it helped a lot. I mean, like when I came in, like in high school, I had like a lot of coaches with me that had connection to Herm or Marv or something like that. So they always telling me like, they all a good guy. Like they'll teach you things. They'll actually like help you they want more than just football for you. They also want you outside of football to be a man. So it's just like, it was good having Coach Donnie as a DB coach. He also showed me a lot of stuff. He made sure we all could just play and just do what we had to do.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, so first 2 weeks, just give us your update on how you're doing.
Pretty good. Learning the defense really fast. It helps being in year 3 in this defense. So it's just really more going over the little details, getting all the right checks, and then just being the leader on the field.
It seems like you're pretty comfortable being that leader. You're calling out different adjustments, tracking the motion, making sure everyone on the defense is the same page. You feel like you're at the max comfort level?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I just try to play with at least like supreme confidence. It just, whatever the call is, whatever I say it is, that's the way the defense is going to play out. So it just helps having that confidence and mindset that whatever we do on the field is going to be the right result.
What about your body? How are you feeling physically?
I'm a little banged up. We're going to be sore going as hard as we do. We practice very hard, as y'all can see. But getting in the treatment room is very important to me. I take a great deal of my body, a great time.
Anything specific that you work on in the training room to get ready for the next day of practice?
Just pretty much stretching, getting an ice bath, cold tub, contrast, making sure my legs feel good, body feel good, just going out of practice, make sure I'm 100%.
And then through these first 2 weeks of practice, what do you feel like is your strongest suit, or is the defense's strongest suit these 2 weeks so far?
My personal strongest suit, I would say, is just my overall knowledge of the defense, as well as being able to fly around with the defense. And then what I'll say about our defense overall, best thing is like our team speed is crazy. Like we like whenever we see something, we go fly and go get it. We tackle very well. We very physical, very tough team. So I'm excited.
Is that speed on the defensive side, does that translate to any team that you've been a part on in the past?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like at my Saguaro defense, was really fast across the board, as y'all can see. So having everybody who can move from the D line to the linebackers to the DBs, it helps a lot. It helps everybody out.
What's the competition kind of been like? I mean, just 2 weeks through, you guys just continue to play. Kind of how's that shaping up so far, just within the team?
It's pretty good. Everybody learning, everybody getting comfortable in what they're best at. And competition with the offense is fun. It's fun competing with them. We talk smack to each other, but at the end of the day, we all teammates, we all brothers. So being able to go back and forth and not just have one-sided practices, that gets us both better. So when we go into the film room, we kind of like, we get mad and we get a little disgruntled because they scoring, but at the same time, that's what we need on Saturdays. We need the offense to go get points, so that helps the team a lot.
It seemed like they had a real breakthrough on Wednesday, and then they were able to snowball that into a pretty positive session. Have there been any conversations in the defensive room about better combating adversity and not allowing those situations to happen?
Yeah, we're all very competitive guys. So like when a bad play happens, we all get mad in our own way. But at the same time, we got to know that can happen in a game. We play a lot of good teams, and we have a very really good offense. We got good guys all over the place. We got scholarship players everywhere. So it's just kind of like going into a film room, looking at the adjustments, seeing what mistake was made or what checks would need to be made. So we kind of get mad, but at the same time, it's like we know that we compete against some good guys on their side.
I feel like we're seeing a little bit more flags at practice, not because like the play's been overly aggressive, but it seems like you guys are being held to a higher standard this year. Would you say that's the same case?
Yeah, it's always that case. As Coach Herm always says, like we got to play a clean game. So with more flags, that just means we're competing harder, in my opinion. I feel like at the same time we got to clean those things up. So when they translate to Saturdays, we play a very clean game, minimize the penalties, 3-4. You can play under 5 to 6 penalties a game, and you're gonna be in good shape.
In the linebacker room, it seems like you guys have been singled out as like the thinnest position on the roster. What's kind of your reaction to that?
I mean, we got guys everywhere. We all can go. It doesn't matter what position Coach Claiborne puts us in, and like he just always tells us be ready because you never know what could happen. You could be thrown a game, tight situation, 3rd down, 3rd and short. You never know. So like his biggest thing is just making sure like everybody knows, like just perfecting the craft at your position, so everybody knows what they're doing at all times. Like so you don't feel uncomfortable. Pretty much is what I'm saying. So we could be the thinnest position group, all they say and everything but we all can go. We all love to play.
Donnie keeps telling us too, like he wants to bring the blitz more. How do you feel about that? Do you want to hunt some quarterbacks this season?
Love it. Like rush the quarterback, get hits on him. Even if we don't get sacks, if we don't get there, still get hands on the quarterback, still being able to hit him is gonna help us a lot. Help out the back end, so they got to cover us long, and it helps the overall defense.
Do all the small details, I came in college with being able to pass, but it's now like critiquing the good things that's going to help me get faster to the quarterback and stuff like that. So really reading the person in front of me has been helping me.
Have you set out any personal goals for yourself from a pass rushing standpoint?
I got to get to the quarterback every game. You got to get to the quarterback, every day. Just work on getting better at that area and stopping the run.
What's your go-to?
Sort of been a collective buy-in among the D-line group. That's been a theme, from the spring and now, coming into preseason camp. And you guys have 6 practices in. But how has that sort of continued from your perspective?
I feel like we just can't have an off day. It's going to be somebody different. One day it could be me leading the D-line. Next day it could be Omar, TJ, Nesta. Like it was just going to be somebody always going to have that energy each day. We hold a higher standard to ourselves, not just on D-line, but the whole defense. Like we got to be the energy for the whole defense. Like we lead the defense, and then that's going to carry on to other games.
And Coach, you guys mentioned, especially with Blazer making that one play, on the first day, and sort of mentioned how he does his job, he gets in good spots, and therefore he can make plays. How much has that been a sort of an overall sentiment to you and everyone else?
It's been good. Like Coach Rod, he really encourages, like on the good things, like he's gonna tell us, like you did a good job, and on bad things, he's gonna tell us like what we didn't do too. So I think that's like a key point. Like he's not gonna beat around the bush with, like he will be straight with us, and that's one thing I favor him about.
How comfortable do you feel as far as your role on the outside, your different assignments at this point in time?
I feel 100% confident. Like I'm ready for the season. Like I'm just counting down the days at this point, because it's just how I've been working this summer. I've really been honing in on my craft, so I ain't got no excuses this year.
We've all seen Robbie Harrison. He's like a beast. Have you ever seen a true freshman like him?
No, I haven't. Like he's huge. Like he's just like in the weight room. He be lifting like 5 plates on squats and stuff. Like he's just a big guy. And like I'm happy that he's with us and he's not on the other team. But he's a good kid. He's working with us, and we've been really brought him in as a family.
Coach, you guys mentioned you as far as some of the players that have stood out in terms of, along his years here with the program, who have developed the most. What has kind of allowed you to take those steps, at least from your personal perspective?
Actually trusting him. You know, at first when I got here, you know, all the coach changes and that stuff happened. So, you know, I was uncomfortable. I didn't know who he was, and he really didn't know me either. But like, he didn't treat me as that. He treated like he recruited me, and that's what I'm favorite for. So actually, when I seen like he wasn't gonna coach me no different way, it was just honed in on there. So when I actually sat down and talked with him, and actually watched film, and you know, do all the little stuff, I see like. He's the best coach I ever been with, so everything worked out in the favor.
Do you think that sort of development allowed you to really hone in on your technique, and that's kind of really pushed you?
Yeah, way long. I feel like this year is just gonna be different. Like, you know, last year a lot of pass rush, doing a lot of pass rush things, but actually sitting down, getting in that 5 and 6 second stop on the run this year is what we honed on, and I think I got way excelled in that level.
Coach Henderson said a few weeks ago that the defensive line is going to have to be the catalyst for this defense if you guys are going to repeat what you were last year.
Yeah.
Do you feel that more as a pressure or more as an honor?
I feel like it's more of an honor. I feel like that's the expectation we hold ourselves to anyway. So just when the coach said, we know that's what we got to do. So, you know, but hearing a coach say it is good too. But as a D-line, we all know we got to set the tone up front every day, every game, every practice start with us.
Seems like you guys have been rotating a lot. You know, what makes that difficult?
I don't see it difficult. I think it's kind of like better, you know, where it gets the rest, but it gets like we seeing everybody. We seeing how everybody play different. And then it's going to like players is coaching the other players. Like Coach Rod would step in, but it's usually one of us hopping in and, you know, correcting the player before he even gets to us. So I feel like that's taking a big step too, and that's helped us.
What are some of the specifics that have allowed you to expand your game, you know, beyond just sort of the pass rush aspect, and now being able to be sufficient as well in the run game?
The extra work this summer, like not just me, like me and all the D-line, we would make sure after lift, going outside, let's get some extra work. After practice, get some extra. Like we just had to work on it. But that's what Coach Rod made sure we do. Y'all needed to work on the run. Y'all want to get better at the run, y'all got to work on something. So like literally for 2 months every day, we punching something, hitting something, staying low, working on my pad level. And that's just transitioned over to practice.
And what are some of the habits that he's just really tried to like get you guys to take on to be able to be good in all of those different ways?
Staying low, you know, extension, punching with your hands, fighting off blocks, you know, reading tackles, and you know, a lot of stuff like that.
Is it a little overwhelming with all of the stuff that comes your way? You know, with Coach Rod, you know, every day in, day out, it's something different. You know, trying to take that next step and next step and next step. What have you kind of dealt with that? You know, you've been with them a while, and are you comfortable with that at this point?
Yeah. At first, when I first came in, I will say it was a lot. Like it was a lot of information, and it was like a new game of football. He was teaching us. It felt like I didn't know how to play football at that point. But when I actually sat down and actually worked and actually slowed things down, it was like everything worked out. Like everything was making sense. Everything he was saying happened for a reason. Like he wasn't just saying stuff to say it. Like we was watching it and it would happen. So you know, actually doing this stuff and being able to take it on the field, my game just went to the next level, and I appreciate it.
With some of the young guys now in that similar position, you know, first year really early on, getting a feel for Coach Rodriguez, have you kind of had some of the conversation with guys like Robbie, Blazin, any of the newcomers, you know, as far as allowing or helping them adapt to that sort of coaching style?
Yeah, it's kind of funny now that like now it's on the player's job to tell like the freshmen like we was the same, we was in the same boat, we was all confused and seeing weird because all of them they always looking up with big eyes or they they be like, you sure? But we be like, yeah, he's gonna be right in the long run. Like it was weird at first, but you gotta really just stick to it and you actually try to listen to him and really hone in on the things he's saying. You can be a great player.
Who's broke the most sleds out of the group?
Let's see. I think Robbie broke one today. Last week, I think Matus had one.
Yeah.
So I think maybe like me and Coop got another one. Like we shared one. So it's kind of a tie right now. We all got at least one.
It seemed like in the spring you guys were like working out of 2 sleds.
Yeah, at that point. But now at least we got some back. We down about 3.5 now. They probably gonna keep breaking by the end of the season though.
Ace, what do you think? You like outside or the slot better?
Really anywhere. For me, you get more action in the inside though. Yeah, I enjoy both those. So wherever they put me at, I enjoy playing it just as long as I'm on the field.
What are the different challenges being outside?
Outside,
I say it's bigger receivers on the outside. I'm a shorter guy, but I use my quickness. So the thing about inside though, it's a lot moving around. So yeah, it's really different. You face the quicker guys inside, bigger guys outside, but really it's all football at the end of the day. So.
What are the keys that you have to do in order to get the most playing time? What are you focused on doing?
Just being consistent on a day-to-day basis. I feel like I got the ability to do so. So it's all about just putting the work in, make sure I'm on top of everything. Just being in my playbook, studying film, all that.
Which of the returning receivers do you think have taken the biggest step forward? Now a little bit tougher to cover than before.
I'd say Messiah. Messiah is really great. I say Gio, and I think Chad got a lot better too. A lot of guys took that step, but somebody that really been sticking out to me is Messiah. He don't drop the ball at all, whether it's one hand, two hands, no matter how much contact is on him. I think Messiah is really great.
Big guy.
Big guy. Yeah, for sure. Made a lot of spectacular catches this camp. He's having a hell of a camp. So I think in my eyes, he took the biggest step.
What does that do to a defense when you have tight ends that can do those kinds of things, especially versatility? Because of Utah gave you guys some challenges last year, for example.
I mean, the thing about us, we got a deep tight end room too, so they could give us a lot of different looks and throw personnel and everything like that. And it's a lot of versatility, a lot of different types of tight ends. Jalen and Messiah, they kind of complement each other. The way it's like route running, physicality, blocking. It's really good to get that look in practice because when we play teams like Stanford and Utah, we're more prepared for that.
You mentioned Chad, and he had a big grab down the sideline deep ball earlier today. What gains have you made specifically? What have you seen from him in terms of making it? Now that he's been in the program for a couple of years, that you see him be a more explosive weapon.
Yeah, explosiveness. He got a lot faster. His route running is a lot more in tune. He just put his head down and he worked. He don't really complain at all, but he's a hard worker, and he's just been working on his craft. So he got a lot faster. So he's always had the ability to make those grabs and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of him, getting by the player. But he always had that big playability. Yeah.
I think you might be listed 10 pounds heavier this year on the roster. Is that a help going up against those big bodies on the outside?
For sure. I feel it on the field too, in terms of, just being more physical with guys, being able to put hands on guys. Last year, you would think it's not affecting you, but when you actually put the weight on, you can feel yourself, because I felt like I kept my same speed, or if anything, I got even faster. So it's just a lot easier covering those big receivers when I'm on the outside. Putting my hands on guys. I feel like I disrupted a lot of guys at the line a lot more than I did last year. Being more confident too because I feel bigger.
What's Fletcher like as a coach?
He's real good. He's a respectable coach. He really pushes you. So when we feel like we doing good, even he gonna tell you everything you doing wrong, because nothing is ever gonna be perfect. Nothing ever as bad as it seems, nothing as good as it seems. So you gonna keep it real with you regardless. You can feel like you had a perfect day, but you always gonna get corrected on something. It's always something. And he gonna let you know, like, if you're a good player, then he just gonna push you. He just wants you to succeed, for real.
Coach Fletcher and Coach Sonny have kind of talked about sort of in the defensive backs room, especially the versatility and being able to play outside, inside. How much has that been an emphasis, in your guys' discussions, not just with you, but maybe for everyone else as well?
So we moved a lot of guys around this year.
That's my guy.
Yeah, we moved a lot of guys around this year, so it was a big emphasis on everybody playing everywhere. So if one guy go down, we're never short. So, especially a guy like DJ, who's played all over the field, safety, nickel, JC, played all three positions, nickel, corner, safety. KB got some nickel in. Everybody's versatile, so it really gives a lot of depth in the defense.
How have you kind of seen some of the other guys handle that sort of, expansion of a role, to be able to handle the nuances of each of those positions?
Yeah, like a guy like DJ, I got a lot of respect for DJ because, they tell him to do a lot of different things where he's returning and on my offense. He's just a great player overall. and you know, that's one of the guys I got a lot of respect for. So.
How do you kind of separate yourself within a group that is trying to make that step, you know, each and every one of them to go and play all of those positions?
For me, it's all about consistency. So as long as I'm on top of everything, you know, you work hard. You know, for me, I feel I always had a big chip on my shoulder because nobody ever really expected me to come up on top regardless. So for me, you know, that pushes me every day. I think about it every day before I go on the field, you know. Nobody, for me, I feel like I have nothing to lose. So I go on that field every day and just give 110%, you know, compete.
Mason, what have you gone? And obviously, there's a lot of opportunity there. What's the dynamic like in that DB's room? You know, the guys competing for those jobs, for those reps, but also still trying to be supportive and lift up the entire group.
And most definitely, I feel like in the DB room, we're all brothers. We're all super close, so we all pushing each other. We all want to win, but at the end of the day, it's all about competition. So it's all about pushing the next guy to the best of their ability. So you know, everybody knows they're trying to start. So even if somebody mess up, you know, you push that person because you know, at the end of the day, we're a team. So we're all brothers. It's all about brothers at the end of the day. So on one end, it's all about trying to take the next man's spot. On the other one, it's, you know, still uplifting your brothers because we all a team at the end of the day. Yeah. No problem.
Mason,
Put that out there because, you know, you gotta come out here and work. Like it don't matter if you come yesterday or 3 years ago. You know, if you come here and do what you gotta do, you have a chance to come out there and actually play. So you can't really hold that against anything. You know, just gotta keep going and going in that playbook and get my playmaking plays on field.
How often has sort of versatility come up in conversations with the whole group, you know, as a whole, you know, in terms of, you know, before practices, after practice, whatever.
Say it one more time, I'm sorry.
How often have sort of a conversation of versatility, playing a bunch of different positions in the secondary come up with the group as a whole?
I'm not gonna say. I really don't know. Like it doesn't. Versatility, I would say, that's always great. Like, you know, if you can play more than one position, that's great. Like, and at any level, in offense, defense, special team, you can play any position. Like, that's just good. That's just a bonus to what you already have in your craft. You know, so we don't really. It's not really a big thing because, you know, everybody's trying to compete at their spot and do what they got to do to get to where they want to be. You know, so versatility is just a bonus. You know, it's just an add-on to what you already have in your craft.
A couple guys from the secondary drafted from here last year. Did you go back and watch tapes of those guys at all, or how much do you know about those guys?
Yeah, I played against some of them guys. You know,
It's true.
from California.
Chase was around forever.
So playing against, you know, just seeing them doing that, that's just it's a blessing for them to be in the league. You know, that's great for them. You know, I definitely have seen a lot of stuff on them. You know, watching tape, watching film with them over the past years. You know, they was doing their thing. You know, so it's just. They ride the path for everybody else and follow behind them, you know. So it's a good way to be out there.
I'm good. Thanks.